I would tell her that it makes not a jot of difference what she looks like, as long as she has a kind heart and that she's caring and that she is a good person. That is all that matters, because it genuinely is. Who gives a shit what you look like? Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Self-Discovery in Good Company with the Staceys.
Hi.
Not even introducing ourselves as individuals anymore. It's just the Staceys.
Somebody wrote on one of our posts, actually, well done, Stacey times 2. Stacey squared.
Stacey squared. It could be anything like that. We are the Staceys. How are you doing this week, Stacey?
I am very good. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I am fine. I am fine. Nothing terribly exciting to report here this week. Just another week of twin mumming, sassy 7-year-old mumming, and yeah, just living the dream. What about you?
Well, you're always do something exciting this weekend, or are you going to save that for next week's episode? You don't want to peak too soon.
Oh, I'm doing something exciting, although it's causing me a massive amount of stress today, which it shouldn't, because for goodness sake, Stacey, it's really nice to be going away with my lovely family to Crieff Hydro for a lovely 2-night stay to do some festive bits, and it's lovely. But I just feel like today I have been in a mood because of all the organising that it does, and apparently I am the only one that knows how to organise anything. So trying to organise 2 8-month-olds, a 7-year-old, a husband, leaving behind a cat, I'm just trying to organize everything, and it's feeling right now. Sadie was like, I'm so excited. Are you excited, Mum? I was like, I'm not excited yet, because I can't be excited yet because I've not got everything organized yet. So you can see the reflection in my background that I have got everything in front of me sitting on my table, but it's so I don't forget everything. So it's all here. But yeah, we're going away for a weekend of festive fun with my fam. So that will be really nice. I am looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that'll be, because we've kind of we think we know what we're going to do next episode, which is Christmas overwhelm. So that's quite a good
mine has started early.
Yeah.
November into December overwhelm. It's honestly, it's real. It's real Christmas overwhelm. I don't know. I think I'm also premenstrual as well. I am teetering on the edge. Somebody just has to say something to me the wrong way today, and I'm gonna fling my microphone at them, honestly.
Oh, too funny. But yeah, well, I had such a nice week. I feel like last week though you had a very exciting week, so no wonder you've had a bit more of a normality week this week. But yeah, this week I did loads of nice things. I went for a massage for my mum. My mum. Sorry, nice. It was lovely. I went for dinner. Yeah, I did loads of nice things. But I went to my friend's 40th birthday, which was really nice. And it was a dinner, and I didn't really know anyone apart from her, and another girl who I know as well actually was there. But I sat next to this girl, and I just had the nicest conversation with her, and I was just she was so lovely. And basically she was saying she's 40 as well, because she was in the same school year as my friend. She's 40 as well this year, and she's retraining to be a psychologist. And she's just started this year. And I just had such a nice conversation with her, and she was saying things to me like, you might find this a bit strange, but, and I was like, oh, I am not a person that will find anything strange. Because she had this tattoo, and it was something about her being a good witch. So I was like, oh my God, I am so drawn to you.
God, yeah, totally.
And she was just the nicest soul, and she was basically saying about how she worked in childcare in another country, and it was just so much better than the UK. And she thought, how can she make a difference? And she's like, she's thrown everything into that. So, you know, she's focusing all of her attentions on graduating. And I honestly think she said, I can't fully remember, but I think she said it's going to take her 12 years. I remember like
12 years. Oh my
12
God.
years. I remember when she
Wow.
said it, thinking like quick mathing, being
Wow.
like, I think she's going to be in her 50s when she's actually fully trained.
Oh, wow. I love
Maybe it's not
that.
that long. But yeah, and it made me, and I was honestly like saying to her, I was like, I find you like so inspirational to like to take a change like that. And you know, she's working like 3 or 4, I think it is, like small part-time jobs to fund it. She's like, oh, we don't really have a lot of money, but she's like, as soon as I'm graduated, I'm gonna have loads of money, you know, so I'm just focusing on that. And you know, she's kind of sacrificing so much because she's so passionate about what she wants to do. She had the loveliest aura, the loveliest energy. And it was so nice speaking with her. And it just really made me think about, at the time, kind of the concept of age and aging and making a change at that point, and how a lot of people wouldn't perhaps lean into that. Because they would think, you know, what's the point? I'm in my 40s or whatever. Why would I do that? And then Stacey and I were speaking, and we were like, and she was saying about how this is maybe a topic that we wanted to discuss. And I was like, that's amazing, because actually the conversation I had with her really made me think about the concept of aging as well.
Oh my God. It is on my mind all the time. My husband thinks I'm having a midlife crisis. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think I'm having a midlife crisis. No. So next year is my 40th. I know you're probably thinking, wow, but she looks like a teenager. I know it's really hard to believe that I will be 40.
It is hard, Stacey. It's hard to believe.
But like, in all seriousness, I can't get my head around this. Like, me and my friend have spoken about this before, and we have like our ages that we are in our head, and I'm 28, and I've been 28 since I was 28, and in my head I'm still that age. Like, I still feel the same as I did then, but I am visibly and absolutely not even nearly 28. I am so far from that. In my head, that's where I am. And it's honestly, it's not about the number for me, because I genuinely believe that waking up every day is an absolute privilege. I do. I could not give a shit about the number. I really don't. But it's this idea of like, I look in the mirror and like, I feel like I'm looking at somebody else. Like, you know, you've spent so much of your youth looking at yourself in mirrors, putting your makeup on, doing all that stuff. And I look at myself and I'm like, who is that? Like, this woman, like, who's got the graying hair, you know, who's got like the crow's feet. Like, who is she? Because in my head, I'm not her. Like, in my head, I'm still 28. I'm still young. I'm still, you know, I'm still living like that. But I'm looking at myself and I just feel like, you know, aging is just, it's something that is, I'm noticing that I am just getting older looking. And I often think, like, I work with a lot of women who are a little bit younger than me. And I always say to them, I'm like, I just think I'm like your age. Like, and I do. I genuinely think I'm like 30, 31, like when I'm speaking to them. And then I think, God, no, like I am, and I don't know. I'm really conscious. I feel like time is just whizzing by. I always also get like this when it's like December into New Year time. I always get like this. I get very reflective. I think about how the year has just flown by and it's another year down. And I think, I don't know, I remember thinking, I don't know if you remember when your mum was 40. I remember when my mum was 40.
Yes.
And I thought she was freaking ancient. Honestly, I was like, oh my God, my mother is so old, you know. And it's like that meme of Steve Martin when he was in Father of the Bride and he was meant to be playing like a 45-year-old dad, but I thought he was like 70. And I mean, like he's the idea of what a 40-year-old at that time just is so different from the way that I feel now. And I don't know, I'm just noticing, like, you know, everyone's getting older. I feel like everything, I don't know, I maybe is a mental breakdown. I just feel like everything is changing. Everyone is growing up. Everyone is, you know, I'm not the young thing that I once was. And I think it's making me very aware of health. I'm thinking about my health all the time. I mean, if there's a supplement that you can buy, I've bought it. Like, you know, I'm on the supplements. I've just ordered collagen. I'm all over it. I'm fasting to help renew cells. I'm just so aware that, like, when a woman gets to 40, that, like, you know, like your health, like, you know, things can start changing. Your body changes, like the way your periods are changed. I'm just so conscious of all of this that I think it's just, I mean, it's taken over, Stacey. It's taken over. I haven't like gone to like Botox and all that yet because I can't afford it. But if I could, I absolutely would. But I don't have the kind of spends for that. So I'm just having to rely on like retinol and all of that stuff to keep me kind of looking young. But I am just very aware of time, and then the time that society tells you, like, you know, that you have and what you should be doing at certain times in your life. And I don't know, that's just turned into a waffle. It's sounding a bit like a therapy session here. But yeah, it's just, I'm very aware.
Firstly, I would like to sincerely apologise because I ordered you retinol from Beauty Pie with my subscription, and then there was errors. It got held hostage at the post office. It got sent
for like a week, like for like 3 weeks. So
I have contributed towards your aging face, and I am really sorry.
3 weeks worth of aging because of you. And I'm like, please, I just need my retinol.
So I'm very sorry about that.
You.
Secondly, I had a moment because I'm 36. 36
You're
this
just
year.
A baby, man. You're just
hardly.
Baby. Mm-hmm.
But I saw a meme this week, and Kevin McAllister's mum was 36 in Home Alone.
I can't believe that.
36.
I cannot believe that, because I look at her and think she must have been about 45, which was
easily 45. Easily 45.
And see, this is just what is blowing my tiny mind. My husband works with he works with like 16, 17-year-olds at the college. He lectures in media. And he will often say, when I come down in the morning, like if I'm wearing something, he's like, "You're dressed like my students." And I'm like, he's like, "Is that a conscious decision?" And I'm like,
conscious decision?
No, I just kind of like the clothes. He was like, I think he thinks I should be like fully embracing Marks and Spencer's at this point, like 40-year-old women, like fully embracing. And I can't. It's like I'm just not ready to let that bit of me go. Like, you know, I'm just not, and I don't have to let it go, but I'm just so aware. I'm just so aware of it.
That cracks me up. Is that a conscious decision? That's a nice way of giving feedback.
Another bit of feedback he gave me this week. Again, it has been a hot topic in this house because I'm speaking about it a lot. And I usually have to wear my hair up because, well, I have 2 small humans that I don't really have time to wash my hair. I have to be up taking the big human up to school. So I don't always have time to wash my hair. So it's often up. It's often up. That's just life. And he was like, and there's a little bit of feedback. I'm like, whoa. Just keep the feedback.
Be careful there, Gav.
I know. He was like, I think when you scrape your hair back like that, it maybe makes you look a bit older. And I was like, oh,
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I was like, do you value your life but at all? Like, I'm going to kill you. I was like, all right, okay, but I wear my hair like this most days. And he was like, yeah, it kind of makes you look a bit hard-faced. And I was
hard-faced?
Honestly, I was like, the compliments just keep coming. So I was like, okay, feedback noted. And I'm still wearing my hair up because I don't give two shits what that man thinks about my hair. I was like, listen, Gav, when I take fashion advice and hair advice from you, like, it's a sad day. So let's just not. Anyway, that is just an insight into the life in this household. But I don't know
what though. Matt, why is it okay? And this is not Gav, although Gav is a silver fox. But yes.
He's like, I often tell him he looks like a Poundland Patrick Dempsey because he's the Poundland version because he's definitely not Patrick Dempsey. But he's got a look about him. It's like the Wish version.
You guys are a very handsome couple. I always say that.
Except that I'm a bit hard-faced, but
I mean, I won't have anything bad said about Gav because, again, we were 25 minutes trying to get the audio working on the podcast. Yeah, and again, we're like, Gav, don't go too far. Please don't go too far. But anyway, why is it from a societal perspective, it's okay for men to age?
Oh,
and like, in women, it's more kind of, I don't know whether it's frowned upon or, I've seen a lot of like Helen Mirren and things just being like, fuck it, this is what I look like. Mm-hmm. Take it or leave it. Like, I'm so successful. Why does it matter that I've got lines or that I'm, not as thin as I used to be because my metabolism's not as fast and all of that. But for guys, it seems to be generally a different standard that we're against.
Well, my husband has had grey hair since he was ever since I've known him. So maybe like since he was like 20, 29, he's been grey. And, he's always been distinguished looking. Whereas I've got grey coming in and it's like, when you get into the hairdresser,
but the universe was conspiring against you because when you've had with 2 hairdresser appointments and one of them you ended up in A&E with poor Sadie.
Oh my, honestly.
And I bet if that like, you love her to death and you wanted to be in A&E with her, but I bet you part of you was like, Sadie, this is my fucking hair appointment.
I was like,
today.
I have waited weeks for this hair appointment and I had to cancel it. Honestly, all because of a Claire's accessory earring making her ear go funny. I was like, oh, why? So I'm in desperate need of seeing a hairdresser. Absolutely. But why is it I feel like, oh my God, like, I've got to apologize for my grays. I've got to apologize.
No
man ever thinks that they've got to. Why can I not just be a little bit grey? Why do I feel like I've got to go and get it dyed really quickly because I'm like, going grey? It is.
Yeah. No, I totally hear you. And I think as well, I've been probably, because I'm single, like I've been more conscious of it as well. Like I remember being on a night out and like being in a bar and seeing like girls who were clearly like 10 plus years younger than me and thinking like, oh my God, I'm like competing, if you like, against that. But then I remember once just looking at somebody and they were wearing like, trainers. That's this new thing now. Like they don't, I so respect the generation for it. I so respect the generation. They're not trying to pretend they can walk in these heels. They're comfortable, they're warmer. Like I was going out wearing like a cardigan, or if I had to wear 2 hoodies, then I was like, when I was going around the shops and stuff, then I was like, well, that's me dressed for winter. But yeah, they're so much more comfortable in their skin, I think, in a way, the new generation, the younger generation.
They totally are. They're just more accepting of themselves. I think it is a millennial thing that we are apologizing for ourselves, apologizing for getting older, apologizing for having wrinkles. We're all rushing. Like, I'm not rushing because I can't afford it, but people rushing to get like tweakments and stuff like that. When actually, it should just be that, you can just grow old gracefully. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But why is it society tells you that, oh, well, you're 40, but you have to look 30.
I know.
And it's not healthy. And you don't actually want your daughters growing up like that.
I'm really conscious of that.
Yes, I am so conscious. We're not allowed to use the word fat in this house. We're not.
No.
We do not say it. Honestly, it's one word that I really do not like being in this house, because I do not ever want Sadie to ever utter those words to me, thinking, that ever, I would break my heart if I ever heard her say, "Mummy, I'm fat," or something. I couldn't bear it, because the pressure that we put on these young people it's just so much. It's just so much. So yeah, we do not speak about we do not berate our bodies in this house. No, we do not.
Harper for her Christmas last year got a little makeup trolley, which I honestly felt a bit funny about it, to be honest, because I was a bit like she loves it, and there was no, she got it as a gift, and the person that bought it didn't, this is not about them. I just thought, oh, is it a bit funny that a 2-year-old's got a makeup trolley? And honestly, she was obsessed with it, and she had to take her favourite toy in to nursery last week. And I said, what is it you're going to take, Harper? What will you bring as your favourite toy? And she looked and she went, my makeup. And I was like, you can't bring that into nursery. I will be spoken about. I'll be so judged. Because I do not 98% of the time I wear makeup, and I do it because it makes me feel better. But I know there's some a mum the other day was saw me, and she was like, oh, I was saying the other day how I bump into Stacey at nursery and she always looks nice, and I look like I've just jumped out of bed and da-da-da. So I just think that you're strolling in there with your little makeup trolley as your toy of the week. I was probably brought balls and Peppa Pig toys. I was like, Harper, age appropriate. But yeah, I'm really conscious of it as well, because and I have to, I'm a single mum. I have to get ready when she's there. And, mums who aren't single mums do that as well, but I sit in a room with her and do my makeup. So she sees me do it, and it does make me feel God, what message is it that I'm sending that to her, that I do that every day.
I know, but like you say, you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for anyone else. You're not doing it for the world. I know that I do it just to make myself feel better. But then what is it about it that makes me feel better? I'm still the same person. With it and without it. So what is it?
Yeah. And that was what I was going to say actually about when I mentioned that I was in a bar and there was younger girls, and I just had this moment of the person that I'm looking for is not looking for those girls. This is not about those girls, but it's different. It's very different. And I am way more comfortable in my skin now at this age. Yes, I wear makeup, try to look nice, etc. But as a person, I'm so confident in who I am. So when you said earlier, and I was thinking listening, you were saying about I still feel like I'm 28. Can you remember how you felt at 28? You want to look like you're 28, but can you remember how you felt at 28?
Well, that is the thing. It's such a good question, Stace, because I would never want to go back to being in my late 20s ever again. You could not pay me to go back to being in my 20s again. I can't think of anything worse. I have never felt happier, more secure, more just loved, and just never felt as good as I do at this age. I just find it so funny. Aging is a funny thing, because as you get older, you become more secure with yourself, but then you kind of lose all of that stuff that made you like feel secure when you were younger. It's like a total, it's a bit of a reversal thing. And I'm just, I'm kind of grappling with that right now. And it just makes you think of all the things that, like, society tells you that you have to be doing at certain ages and what life's supposed to look like. And I don't know, I just, it gets me thinking that, there's more to, oh God, I've lost it, sorry.
There's more to life than how you look. There is. And you know that, but you're a human being. So on some level you care, like I care. Some people care less than me for sure. Probably some people care more than me, but I think it's about reframing it perhaps, and thinking about, the amazing parts of aging and like what a privilege it is. And the same thing can be true. You can still believe that it's a privilege to age and still feel like looking in the mirror, oh my gosh, like my skin had more elasticity, where's the collagen, all that sort of stuff. So the same can be true, but I think it's about just love, self-love really, and just being really comfortable with who you are as a person and celebrating that. And yes, you're going to look different, but everyone is. And the people that love you love the person that you are and think that you're, a gorgeous person inside and out. And I'm always like this morning I was doing affirmations with Harper, and I was like, Harper, you pick which, what are you going to say? And she's like, I am beautiful.
Oh,
and I was like,
I love that.
And I was like, you are beautiful. And then I was like, and the next one, I have a beautiful heart. She's like, I have a beautiful heart, because that means so much more.
Much more. Totally.
It does.
And that's so nice to get them starting young, believing in that. And I do think the younger generation actually are way better at that than we.
But let's see if they're still feeling the same when they're 36 and 39. Let's just test that theory in a few years' time. But I do agree. In general, they are.
They are.
Okay, so how are you going to reframe this for yourself? That's my challenge to you. And actually, I'm going to throw a question back at you that you have said to me before, which I found super impactful. What would you tell your daughter if she was in your shoes? When you've got your daughter and she's 39, she's going to be 40 next year, years away, I know, but what would you tell her?
I would tell her that it makes not a jot of difference what she looks like, as long as she has a kind heart and that she's caring and that she is a good person. That is all that matters, because it genuinely is. Who gives a shit what you look like? You could rock up wearing a bin bag, and as long as you have a good heart, that is all that matters. And that is what I would tell her. And I know that question means that I've got to start thinking more like that when I'm looking at facial like LED masks that I can be wearing for 10 minutes a day to like help with the aging. I know that's what I need to be thinking about, that I know I'm a good person, I have a good heart, I care about others. That is far more important. And that, yes, time, like, tomorrow is a promise to no one. So you've got to embrace every day, be present, enjoy it, and really realize that the little things are actually the big things. That's what I would tell Sadie.
That is beautiful. So perhaps you even just need, when you're looking in a mirror or whatever, like a short mantra or something that takes you back to that. So almost like I am beautiful on the inside and out. Yeah.
Perfect. I have a good heart.
I have a good heart, because you do, and you're a beautiful soul. And I honestly would pay to look like you now. So I think honestly, you don't give yourself credit enough. And I think continue to wear your hoodies,
Wear the white jeans.
Wear the white jeans.
He's like, Stace, are white jeans a thing? And I was like, yeah, shut up. Honestly, just questions everything that I'm wearing. Like, thinking, it's like, oh, you kind of look like a 90s mom. And I'm like, okay.
A hot 90s mom, thank you very much.
Thank you. Honestly, shut up, Poundland Patrick Dempsey. Honestly.
He's totally not helping us next week on the podcast to set up.
No, he won't. He will 100% be
Don't let him listen to this one.
Figure out your microphone, your self-love. So, no.
Oh, but you know what as well, just to like end as well, like there's so much stuff about, on someone's deathbed, what were some of the things that they would tell you?
Yes.
It's always about, I wish I'd spent more time with my family. I wish I'd spent more time like loving myself. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to say, I wish I looked better at certain ages. It's insignificant, but I get it.
I know. Oh, well, thank you for listening to my breakdown as I approach 40.
We'll keep exploring that over the next few weeks, months. Yeah. I mean, you're 11 months away as well.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say to people.
I know I am. It is 11 months. I mean, it's a good while, but at the same time, I'm like, right, husband, you've got to start saving pennies because I'm going to need something quite extravagant. I'm going to be 40. I'm going to need...
1 week we're going to come on and we're like, whoa, hello.
Wow. Gav's giving Stacey money for the Botox. No, he wouldn't do that. If I told him it was for that, there's no way he'd give it to me, but I could tell him it's for the children. Yeah.
Great advice there as well to end. Have a beautiful week and we will speak to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.